compensation for damage. Each party shall provide in its internal law for persons who have suffered damage as a result of corruption to have the right to initiate an action in order to obtain full compensation of such damage. Which such compensation may cover material damage, loss of profits, and non-pecuniary loss. Now, this was a little agreement that was signed back in 1999 called the Civil Law Convention on Corruption, the Council of Europe. Could you get me all the employees of the Council of Europe since, well, let's say 1970? Now, for all of them, yes, that have defined corruption, yes, and my right to compensation, ouch, and then the liability, each party shall provide in its internal law for the following conditions to be fulfilled in order for, well, I'm actually going to sue every nation of the world, Judge. Hmm Damage to be compensated. If the defendant has committed or authorized the act of corruption or failed to take reasonable steps to prevent the act of corruption, the plaintiff has suffered damage. Well, I'm sitting here with pain in my body because I don't have enough money for a prescription because you refuse to enforce the laws. And there is a causal link between the act of corruption and the damage. Now let's look at causal. Yes, it's not casual. Yes, it's a different spelling. You have to be careful with that. Causal. Is there some cause that I can sue other nations for the liability of? Yes, because of their knowledge of misprision of treason and misprision of felony. Well, just the very knowledge is causal, isn't it? Oh, well, causal, yes. C-A-U-S-A, cause, yeah. Legal cause, causal, of relating to or involving causation. A causal link exists between the defendant's act, and the plaintiff's injury arising from a cause, a causal symptom. Now, causality. For all of those that have signed these documents right now, what will be the cause of me suing them for refusing to enforce this Civil Law Convention on Corruption, the Council of Europe? Now, I would say it's the forgery. Yes. It's the fraudulent belief that you can issue court orders without the requirement of the petitioner acknowledging them. Yes. It's the cause of not protecting the due process rights of the parties named. Yes. It's the cause of you not having proof of service. Yes. When issuing numerous court orders. Yes. Because you thought that you could do whatever you want. Now, I gave you the RCWs. Yes, King County, Seattle Municipal Code, which RCWs of the state of Washington. I gave you the due process clauses of constitutions throughout the world. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I think there is some causality for refusing to enforce these conventions on corruption. Boop. Now, I am going to find liability in each and every nation of this. What's the cause of the lawsuit? Oh, relating to or involving causation. Causation. Oh, the causing of producing an effect. The plaintiff must prove causation. Negative causation. Securities. The defense that part of the plaintiff's damages were caused by factors other than the depreciation in value of the securities resulting from the registration statement. Yes. Over determined causation. Transaction causation. Listen, remove your fucking fraud. I know. The law does say the petitioner does have to appear in court. The law does say, yes, that the Clallam County Sheriff's Department is the only one that can execute the order. You can't give it to some other third party to serve me in the Sequim Public Library. Yes. So as to humiliate me. Yes. The law does say that even though you approached me, Sequim Police Department, yes, after I had been served in the Sequim Public Library, when you issue these court orders, You have to do what they say. See, the court found on page one, respondent received actual notice. No, I didn't. I wasn't a credible threat. There was no credible threat. My record was expunged. Intimate partner. Well, in the eyes of the Lord or the eyes of the United Nations. Let's say that I wanted to get a dissolution of marriage. I wanted you to issue a decree of custody, yes, so that I could dissolve the marriage. And they asked me, are you an intimate partner with Heidi Lee Budnick? And I would say, well, we conceived 5 sons, but what she's been doing for the last 20 years, yes. Was she an intimate partner with anybody other than myself as her husband? Now, intimacy, it pertains to, it causes the idea of what's it called? Not homogamous, yes. It's a heterosexual, no. It's where it's one husband and one wife, and you do not have any more intimate partners during the time of the marriage, yes. Now, let's look at it again. Defining intimate partner. Intimate partner means that my wife did not have sexual relations with any other person during the 10 years of marriage. Oh, were we intimate partner or did we have sex together? Ouch. Was I the only man she had sex with? Poop. Was there anybody else that she had sex with during 10 years of marriage?